Welcome to season 1 of the Resilient Dad Show. When I became a single dad and had to navigate social parenting issues and the complexity of the family legal system, I felt confused and alone with nowhere to turn. That's why I've created the Resilient Dad Show, a place that I so badly needed and wish had been available during the grueling and challenging times of working through my own experience. This show will feature industry experts in mental health, social services, and personal development, along with resilient dad role models whose stories of overcoming the challenges of co-parenting will create a new vision for the life you and your kids deserve. If you have any questions or want to suggest a future guest on the show, please visit resilientdad.fm for more information. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Resilient Dad Show. I'm your host, Pat DiDomenico. And on today's episode, I wanted to discuss and share a couple insights that I've had that's really come to light in the last couple of months in particular. That the grass is greener wherever we water it. You know, we're limited on the amount of attention that we have and time, and the areas that I've been able to achieve a lot in my life and really do well is the times that I've really put the attention and focus in that particular thing that I was doing, or in that relationship, or in that particular area that I really wanted to improve. And the times where things have not necessarily gone the way that I would have liked to, or things that have gone really sour, are due to the times that I haven't really been putting attention and focus and time into it. And this last couple of months of the journey that I've with the 75 hard challenge and being able to really focus on my health has really shown me that I'm able to achieve anything that I really set my mind to. And it's because I'm being deliberate and focused on the outcome that I'm after, that I've been able to achieve the results that I want. And that's also been in other areas such as, my relationship with my wife and my kids. For me, it was quite challenging, even to have relationships in general, because I didn't have necessarily that example of what, a loving relationship was. I was so fearful of the thing that I didn't want happening that it was very easy for me to either self-sabotage or look for what was wrong in situations, or to try and not invest myself into relationships because, I wanted to avoid getting hurt, or, making sure that I was going to be okay regardless of the outcome. But I know that when we don't fully invest ourselves into something, we don't really get the potential rewards or the maximum, rewards that we are able to have. And, I know spending time with my kids, especially when they were younger, I was so focused on work and being able to provide and doing the things that I thought were really important. But the thing that was most important is actual time. My son, Christopher, has just turned 6. He's, for most of his life when I was living in Melbourne, where he currently lives, we spent time together, but I wasn't necessarily present. And then now having that different situation where I, visit him once a month and spend a long weekend with him, and I'm really present and focused on connecting with him, which is only once a month. And you may think that that's not necessarily much time, but we have a much closer connection now and bond because I've been more open and vulnerable and focused on him than necessarily myself, or worrying about how do I connect with him, how do I spend time with him, and what he really wanted or needs is actually just my time and my attention, not worrying about work or other things that are going on in my life when I'm with him, and just focusing purely on him at the times that I do get to spend time. Because when we are distracted, we can easily, we're not really present and we don't get to experience the moment. So that's something that's really come to light for me, and that the disconnection that I had with my parents didn't necessarily have to be the same relationship that I had with my kids. I so badly wanted that connection with my kids, but at the same time, I was avoiding being hurt. The thought of losing my kids, or my kids not being able to spend time with me, and me putting myself in that situation. Whereas, I am 110% responsible for being a father to him. And regardless of our circumstances, whether we're living close or far, I'm always going to do the best that I can. And I think just being present and giving that attention, that time, and being open to the relationship can really help you, with that bond with your kids. And I know that we sometimes believe that, we are doing that, but when we really look at it and look at the times when we are spending that time with them, are we really connected with them? Are we really being vulnerable and focused on what their needs are instead of what our needs are? Are we trying to mold them into what we think that they should be instead of allowing them to be who they are? They don't want to do the thing that you're asking them to do. So, okay, let's see what is it that they're trying to express themselves. I know that when kids, or my kids in particular, that they've played up in the past, I've just seen it as they're, being disruptive and, they're not behaving, where a lot of the times it's just been them seeking attention because they haven't felt that they've been able to get that from me. And that's been a real eye-opener for me, especially over these last couple of months, being able to connect with them on their level instead of seeking for them to come up to my level or my expectations that I had. So, as a saying that, my mentor, Tony Robbins, always says, where focus goes, energy flows. And if we want to achieve anything in our life, we need to put in that time and effort and that focus and not be distracted, because dilution just, minimizes the outcome that we can have. So I hope that this has helped you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.